So let's have a look at a quick overview of today's session. What is the problem? Why consider being agile? And where can it be applied? Those are the three fundamental questions we're going to answer. So the problem, why consider being agile? When we think about it, organizations are in a bit of a mess today. So according to this guy, Stephen Denning, who wrote this book, when he was doing his research, he discovered that only 1 in 5 employees, 1 in 5, were actually truly engaged at their work. Now, in some areas, it must be worse. What must it be for them? How engaged are they? 1 in 20, perhaps? So when we think about that, there must be a lot of fear in the workplace. And management is still using 20th century techniques. So Denning also discovered something slightly odd. He discovered that a particular group of employees were far more engaged than normal. IT geeks. Now these are the guys that live in the cellar. They don't actually like to talk to each other. All they do is talk to computers. They were highly motivated. So what was it? He discovered that they were following so-called agile techniques. So where does this agile thing come from? Well, if we go back to the 60s, we know that in Japan, they were pretty good at producing cars and manufacturing physical things. But we also had during this time, and right through to the 80s, 90s, and even today, lots of frustrated IT guys because they were delivering late, poor quality, not what was wanted, and always over budget. But in 2001, a group of these frustrated guys from around the world discovered that they were actually doing something very similar, but there was no common name for it. So they all met in Utah. They came up and crowned the term agile. But let's go back to motivation again. Daniel Pink's book, Drive, said that the 21st century knowledge worker needs more for motivation. Pay people enough money to take the problem or the question of money off the table, but they still need more. He discovered they needed to have 3 things. The first was a sense of purpose. The second was a mastery, and the third was autonomy.